Here's Game of Thrones, Season 3, Episode 1. It's finally back, this huge, gigantic budget of a show on HBO. A million storylines. Like, once you thought in Season 2 they have, like, 7 storylines going on an episode, all of a sudden in Season 3, they've introduced, like, 3 new main characters on the show. They got all these kind of great, crazy storylines going on. And sometimes, even for someone like who watches the show a couple times and, like, writes notes and like analyzes the show and kind of like thinks I know somewhat about television because I watch a lot of it and I look at it from that critical eye. Game of Thrones is a tough show. It's a tough nugget to crack in terms of thematics and plots and that kind of stuff. It's almost like the books themselves are the Cole's Notes of the TV series, because I think that people who read the books are way ahead of the TV series, because if you're just watching the show episode by episode, you can get totally lost in the shuffle. But the thing is, it doesn't really matter because it's really well performed, it's really well choreographed, the cinematography is beautiful, and you know that you're in this Middle-earth world, this fantasy world with it's like intellectual Star Wars. It's like very intelligent, it's very smart, and you just love the scenes that take place, but at the same time I want to know what's going on in all the scenes. So basically my theme of the episode, this is my theme of episode 1, is that those who've been disrespected in this episode, watch out for those characters because they're the ones who are going to come back and then some. So you got the 2 main characters. You got Tyrion, the Peter Dinklage, short person, the little person character, Lannister, who basically Dad, the best scene of the episode, Dad totally disrespects him, like almost like he announces him of his son, and he walks out and you know this guy's coming back and then some. And then he's got that great scene with his sister, the Lena Headey character, like terrific moments. Like no, and they're just like, and all the scenes are just basically kind of closed in on location. They're not outside in the wilderness, and outside of the snow like all the other characters. And then you got Dany, who arrives at the slave island, which is kind of interesting and cool, who's disrespected by all the men because she's a woman, apparently. But watch out for the dragons. Like the dragons are going to take care of those people. So basically, those are the 2 characters. There's a few other characters, like in the million plots of episode 1, that are disrespected. I think that's what the theme is that watch out for those characters because they're gonna come back and then some. All I gotta say is that Games of Thrones, terrific show, but I love the Lannister kind of storylines. I love like the sister and like I mentioned before, the dad and Peter Dinklage character, and the whole thing with like you can tell that the hand-picked princess of the new like smart-ass king is kind of being evolved into like a woman, and she's going to have her own politics and things like that. That whole kind of stuff with the Lannister clan is like kind of golden. It could be its own little TV show. The rest of it does take me a while to get into it, but that's just me. That's my review.